Hello everybody, my name is Pravus, and welcome back to more Surviving Mars! Maximum difficulty. Last week, we actually were able to finish up the mystery event. The mystery log as shown here. The Corp rovers have been neutralized. Maybe that was the last video. I don't know, I sometimes lose track of my own recording sessions. But nonetheless, we were able to survive and beat the snot out of them. Huzzah, now we have to survive another cold wave. I've got more than enough power, so this deficit doesn't really concern me. So, we need to start working toward wrapping up this series. And I know that's kind of sad. Some people will want me to continue for, well, the entire terraforming process, but we did that last time, and it takes a very, very long time. I mean, even with the 16 times speed increase, it's still gonna take for frickin' ever. I mean, look how long we've been doing some temperature increases, and we're only over 25%. I can only just now melt water. Oh, what just broke? Gosh dang it, you metals extractor, you. Fine, we'll go ahead and salvage this thing. It's no longer useful to me. We'll have to get ourselves some more somewhere. Anyway, I don't think I'm planning on sticking around for the entire terraforming process. It just takes a long time. What I really want to do is finish off the last of these milestones. And we're actually pretty close. All we gotta do is build a megadome and also research one more breakthrough technology, which is no sweat at all. I got plenty of breakthrough techs that I can research whenever I want. And the megadome technology is already done as well. It does take a whopping 300 concrete and 200 metals and 100 polymers to build, so it's not exactly cheap, but we have all the materials to just finish out this series in the next few minutes. Yeah, we could just stop. We could just stop right now. Should we? Nah. I do also want to make sure that we get ourselves nice and properly stable. Like, not like we couldn't ever possibly mess this up. Not foolproof to that extent, but just like we are now so stable, I don't think that there is any more challenge. That's what I am going for. We did just finish, by the way, the water reclamation and such, so that should actually reduce how much water we are consuming in a given day by a pretty large amount. So now we are producing way more water than I need, which is just awesome. Thank you kindly for that. We're actually surprisingly low on things like rare metals. We could actually research some tech that would allow us to speed this up a little bit, but it's not like rare metals are super duper crucial. The only thing I really use these for is to consume them for electronics manufacturing, of which, by the way, yes, we do have the big factories working, big electronics factories over there, big machine parts factories working over here. I mean, again, we're producing everything really well. More than enough polymer production, more than enough machine parts. It says we're not making any fuel, but that's because, you know, it's a cold wave. Electronics, that's the only one that I'm a little bit hard on. Everything else is okay. More than enough food coming in. Loads of concrete right now anyway. Surprisingly not that many metals. The concrete, by the way, is because of these two deposits over here, and even then, one of these guys is frozen shut. We didn't turn it on fast enough. We are working on the metals extractor over here, and I guess I should go ahead and turn on more shifts with you. And once amplified, this thing is going to get me a heck of a lot more. Don't forget that this was an underground source of metals, so we have another 1,500 available to us, and it's an average grade, which means it's going to extract reasonably quickly. So, like, again, what else do we need to do? Except maybe just start some terraforming for the sake of it, research some more technology, continue expanding our population, of which, by the way, we are about to hit 300, and go from there. Long winter, you never thought you'd be so happy to see the red dust of Mars again. Oh, right, last recording session, right, we had like a stupidly long cold wave. I forgot, the long winter is over. Huzzah, we've avoided Mars frostpunk. You've survived the cold wave, people are celebrating in the streets, it was quite the ordeal, we've learned a lot about surviving in the cold. Some of our engineers have come up with a way to improve our subsurface heaters. Oh my god, they consume half the power now? Jeezums, that's so good! Cold waves aren't even a threat. Why am I heating up the planet again? We don't care. We don't need it. Jeez, it's awesome. All right, well, yeah, cold waves are no longer a threat at all. So, I mean, the only thing that really could mess me up, I think, I mean, we have protection from meteors. We're okay against cold waves, generally. I was pretty hands-off. I think the only thing that could actually mess me up, believe it or not, is a dust storm. A really bad dust storm could actually mess me up. By the way, the sanatorium is still doing its thing over here. We are trying to convert some people away from nasty traits like lazy and alcoholic. We are meddling with their behavior. So that's all looking good. And then now we have the rejuvenation treatment, which means that infirmaries and medical centers give a comfort boost to anyone who visits, if we want to upgrade it. Which I guess I can do here. Truth be told, I don't feel like I need to. I mean, I don't need a lot of rest and relaxation. I guess I'll do it on like the really big domes But why waste 10 polymers on this? Everyone's pretty darn comfortable as it is. Comfort is at 81. That's still more than enough to continue getting lots of births. Yeah, I got nothing to worry about. Don't forget also that our seniors live for a super long time and they can still have kids. They basically have eternal youth until they die at the age of like 150. And we do have at least a few replacement rovers for the ones that got destroyed last time around. So we're all set there too. Yeah, not a whole lot to do except sort of just sit back and really enjoy the fruits of my labor, of which there's a lot. And now we have the farm automation tech as well, which once upgraded at the cost of at least a few electronics, should result in less workers being necessary to man the farms. Which all of a sudden should mean we are going to be producing a stupid amount of food, because only a few workers are necessary in order to get the maximum crop yield. So now we can support an even larger population. Oh, and we've researched the automation for our rovers, which I can turn these guys on to automatically look for anomalies and stuff on their own. Huge power leak. Whoa, that's a lot of dust storms. Oh god, these drones are actually like completely trapped. No, quickly, repair the remaining drones. Are there none left? I think they're all gone. Okay, this drone hub got absolutely obliterated. Thanks for that. That's awesome. What's this? We just completed a goal. Oh, right. The 9 breakthrough techs are done because I have researched the core rare metals. So now there should be a really big deposit somewhere. Where would a really big deposit be if you were a really big deposit? That's not going to be it. Oh my god, there it is. 25,000 rare metals. Holy frick. Well, that's pretty good. What is this? The rock. A huge chunk of rock has been spotted near the planet. It has an unusual shape, and the internet has gone crazy with speculations about its nature. Several influencers on social networks have asked for your viewpoint. Well, I don't have any wonders, so I can't do much. I don't have enough lasers to shoot it down. I'm not a rocket scientist, so one of our colleagues becomes a celebrity for talking about something they know nothing about. Let's see, I'm gonna start setting up some small little outposts over here since we know that the concrete worked pretty well last time. I would like to get myself a bit more metal extraction, then of course we are gonna need our own individual power and so on, but that should be no problem whatsoever. Okay, good. So now we're starting to colonize different little areas of the planet. And getting myself loads of resources. I think just 5 plus a battery is honestly more than enough to keep this thing running all day and all night, so that's awesome. And yeah, with the shuttles, it's actually a lot easier to be getting around. Now, the only problem with using these shuttles is that they are greatly consuming my fuel. Now, we can fix that simply by having some extra fuel refineries sitting around, and I did build up a 5th one, so that helps a little bit. But yeah, that could potentially become a problem. As long as we're producing enough water, though, who cares? There's a meteor on the way, but we should be able to shoot this down. We have defenses. Boom! There it goes. You may have missed the very, very short little blip, but that's what it was. We shot it. Gonna give another one. Gonna get... Boom! There it goes. Yep. These meteors can't do a dang thing. All right. 10 hours until an electro dust storm begins. That's gonna be irritating. You know what? Just be safe. Let's go ahead and also place down another water extractor in this general vicinity. That way, we are able to gather up some more local water and not have to rely on our other sources. Also, I do have the tech to build up some large storage tanks, which we should probably do. Oh, good grief. The meteors are like actually targeting me at this point. Look at that. Flippin' heck, they've actually shot everything except for the battery in this spot now. This is just ridiculous. The meteors are sentient. I swear to God they are. All right, let's go ahead and get rid of this concrete extractor. Turns out we don't need it anymore. I got 800 concrete? 800? The only thing I'm actually still struggling with in this game is just metals. Which, you know, meteors aren't helping with exactly, but still. Fine, you want to play hardball with metals? We'll set up all the way over here in the top right corner of the map. There's a freaking ton of metals to be had over here, and we're fully autonomous. We don't even need a dome over here. Which is actually, you know, the more this game goes on, the more I'm like, we kind of got really lucky having that event pretty early on in the game, you know, getting that technology where we actually were able to set these extractors up without requiring any people. It gives me so much flexibility. Ah, good, we finished with the carbonate processor. Okay, so that is another little building that we could build that as part of the terraforming effort so we can start creating an atmosphere. It does consume a lot of power, unfortunately, and it does consume some waste rock, of which I have a lot. That's not really the concern. The problem is mainly that it's, well, it's gonna take a stinking load of power. But that's all right, we'll figure it out. I'm gonna go ahead and send the Hopeless back off to Earth, and I might want to buy myself at least a couple more rovers or something. I mean, some transports would actually make my life a little bit easier, right? Rather than having to rely too much on the shuttles to transport goods around, having a constant route from transports gathering up metals on the right side map, concrete on the left, and bringing them back to the main base could be pretty helpful for me. Looks like I've actually finished scanning most of the map. There's at least a bit more to go, but this is all mostly cliff face, so I'm not expecting to find much more, which means we probably can't really rely on any additional breakthrough technologies. Unfortunate, but not unsurprising. I think it may be time for us to go ahead and start building out the Megadome. So let's go over here to the Megadome. Ooh, it is a big one, ain't it? Here's your biggie. Here's your big one. I'm going to have it in range to operate both of the fusion plants and also be close enough that we should be able to set up some passageways to the other domes, just so that people will be able to get around and enjoy all those extra services as needed. You say that there's a shuttle heavy load problem, huh? You know, I don't disagree with you. I haven't really researched the Jumper Shuttle Hub yet, though we did increase the capacity up to 12, so I could go ahead and just build up 6 more shuttles, and that should take care of a lot of the issues as well. Maybe we try for that instead. Usually I need these shuttles to, like, move population around between unconnected domes, but since we managed to build our entire base all interconnected at this point, that hasn't been necessary. Oh, crap, I just realized something. Look how much food we've been consuming all of a sudden. Holy crap, okay. Yeah, we do not actually have enough food going in. Whoa, unexpected. Let's go ahead and make sure we turn some of these on. We could build a dedicated farming dome, and that honestly isn't even a bad idea, because the longer this game goes on, the more we are going to need some dedicated food production. So I might actually do that, like right over here. Let's go ahead and build up another dome in addition to the mega that we're already building, and this will become a dedicated farming building. Oh, and this metals extractor is gone as well. All right, that was fun while it lasted. Okay, the mega dome is going up. Oh, it's huge and beautiful. I love it so much. Wow, we are going through food super fast. All right, that's a mega dome, ladies and gents. One big honkin' mega dome. Milestone completed, because we got to construct the first mega dome of the game. Not to mention, goal complete. Ladies and gentlemen, we're kind of officially done. Now, I say that. I did promise that we have to become actually fully sustained, and as is proven with our food situation, we are actually not completely sustained right now, which is actually extremely dangerous. I have turned off all births, but somehow, yeah, our consumption went up by an absolute ton. I say somehow, I know exactly how it happened, but I wasn't paying attention to that, and it could actually get me killed if we're not quick. That said, I think we're going to be all right. Let's go ahead and get the piping set up as needed over there. We are going to be dedicating a proper food dome. I think that should be easy enough. We do want to set up some little passageways, of course. That's still important to me. Can I even do that? Potentially, yes. Okay, the farming dome is getting built up. There we go. Okay, so we have that all set as well. We will need power, and again, more passages. A few more crops just came in, which is nice. I'm going to continue growing up some quinoa simply because it's the fastest thing that I can grow. I am glad that I reduced the number of workers necessary for these things, but, oh, wow, it's not helping quite enough. I need people to actually prioritize the farms, gosh dang it. Why aren't you guys doing that? Well, it'll be fine, I'm sure. We'll figure it out. Yeah, the best yielding stuff is getting the lowest priority for some reason. Okay, let's see. A few more passageways just so we can get this all connected like so would be great. I will need passageways to get around it, but that's fine. And of course, we're going to need to get some more power. I'm probably going to need some more power generation in the form of yet another fusion reactor, which should be okay. I don't anticipate many problems with that. And then, yeah, do we go for this one first, then? We might go for this first. I can't decide. We kind of want to populate this area out, but there's so many resources I'm going to need. Yeesh. All right, yeah, let's start simple. We need homes and amenities. Okay, we got some housing being set up over here, which is great. Now that that's going up, let's go ahead and start working on the farming dome. Some living complexes would be nice. just so that some farmers can live nearby, though really how many do I actually need? If we don't even place a living complex over here, I think technically we could avoid having security. Let's not worry about that yet. Let's instead worry about placing down some farms. That should be fine. 1, 2, 3, and 4 to start would be nice. It would also be great if we can build another water reclamation spire over here, which recycles a huge chunk of water, which is obviously great for domes that consume lots of water in the form of farms. So we'll try for that first. Okay, the spire's going up. I am going to place down some housing. We're going to prioritize this, I think, for some botanists specifically to live here if possible, because right now nobody is working on these farms, and I will need somebody just to work the cover crops, just so we can get the maximum value. Looks like at least a couple of these farms are starting to get some workers, so that's good. Just need to have at least one each. At least one each to ensure that this gets done. We get the 40% boost in soil quality, then we go to fruit trees and corn. We will start rolling in the food at that point. That's what we need to see happen. Come on, guys. Make it happen. Oh gosh dang it, another cold wave. Really? Now of all times? Fine. Okay, no, that's fine. The good news is subsurface heaters don't take nearly as much power as they used to, which is great, because I'm going to have to place this darn thing, like, over here or something. Oh, good lord. You guys just had to be difficult, didn't you? You just had to be difficult. Fine. Okay, these cover crops are almost done. It's not going to be a lot of food, at least to start, but it should greatly improve my output going forward. And at least it is a little bit of food. I'll take what I can get. Let's make sure these are set to none. No point in doing that again. And then between the fruit trees and the corn and alternating crops, that should be a pretty hefty amount of food that's going to come out of that. In fact, it looks like our food production last sol was like 130? Nah, it must be the last few sols. Either way, not a lot of people moving into this dome, which actually just occurred to me. We need to rename. What are we going to rename this one? Let me go and take a look at the list. We're going to call this one Anime Death. Congratulations. You get the big dome, the mega dome, which is appropriate given your name. And for the other one, we actually do need to name this one as well. Who is online on Discord right now? It is Laser Marks. There we go. Laser Marks has the farms. You are vital to my survival. Okay. Now, I did unlock some new terraforming initiatives if we want to. Quite a bit of, actually, some terraforming technologies getting done, including soon nuclear terraforming so we can start melting polar ice caps and so on. Which would give a lot of water, obviously, but there are others. For example, import some greenhouse gases, which takes a lot of money and some fuel, and would eventually increase, you know, the heat by 1% and the atmosphere by 2. Whoop-de-frickin-do. Launch a space mirror. Lose the rocket forever, but we do get 10% extra heat out of that. A magnetic shield. Lose the rocket. But, you know, it just takes a few resources, and it reduces how much atmosphere we would lose. Capture some asteroids. Hey, look, 5% more water. Yeah, we got options here. None of them are really any good, if I'm being honest. They all kind of suck. I really think that terraforming is an unbelievably slow process here, but, you know, I mean, it is a thing. It is a thing that we could do. Oh, goody, another great dust storm on the way. Let's see. Some other things we could do is start placing down lakes, since I do have that tech. As long as the temperature is high enough, and it is, we could start improving the water of the planet by a small amount. The only downside of this, of course, is that it takes a rather stupid amount of water in order to make it work first. So we can start digging this stuff out, and I actually did buy some techs. When I say buy, research some techs to make this a faster and cheaper process. But sure, I mean, if we can build up a large lake and stuff and start gradually adding in some water to the planet, I mean, yeah, why not? That could work. Oh, we dug a lake. I get 500 science for that. Yay, thank you. We have a dust storm, though. That's going to be smashing into my water supply pretty soon, so maybe we don't do that right now. Why did the water demand suddenly spike up if I'm not actually hooked up into this thing? How much does it usually take? Do you take like 4 or 5 water? That's probably the issue. It's acting as if I'm using up water on this, but I'm not. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and grab some piping and hook this up, and ba-boom! We are now filling this thing with water. I feel like we should also just go ahead and build out a game developer. I mean, do I really need it? No. Do I need the constant source of money? No. But I mean, we're sponsored by Paradox Interactive. Not in the way that I wish. Just, you know what I mean. Sponsored, quote-unquote, the mission by Paradox Interactive. We've got to build at least one game studio, right? There you go. We can start making games. Game progress per soul. 43,000 out of freaking what? That's a very high metric with no meaningful units. We're developing Hearts of Iron 5? Oh my god, I'm gonna be rich! How are we doing on food, by the way? Oh my god! Okay, yep, nope, the fruit trees, all 4 of these going off in the dome. Yeah, that worked. That worked really, really well. Wow, okay, thank you. Hearts of Iron 5 has been released and made me $300 million. Yeah, it sounds great, but it's actually probably not that exciting. Crusader Kings 3? Oh, Paradox. Paradox, you need to update this. This has already been done. Oh, the rare metals deposit all the way up to the north finally died. We've had this guy since, like, very early on in the series. You served me well, my friend. It is sad to see you go. Oh, I finally have 500 colonists. Yep, making some more progress on these. Oh boy, everyone else looks like crud compared to me. And we're running out of homes, amazingly. Gosh, I keep trying to build more, and it's never enough, which is exactly what I wanted. I mean, I did want the population to move over into the Anime Death Dome, but woo, it just keeps going and going. All right, fine. Apparently I have not had any power on for this little moisture vaporator for a while, probably an embarrassingly long time. Let's go ahead and fix that. So the next big thing that's gonna be difficult for me to get is probably enough water, to be honest. There's kind of a lot that I need here. I'm gonna try to start building out a huge lake as well. Again, not that I'm really going for a terraforming victory per se, but I mean, it's just kind of fun to do a little bit, you know? I think this actually might be the last episode, because we're officially completely fine on food. Like, if anything, I am absolutely overdoing the crud out of it when it comes to food now. A single food dome was really all that I need. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and build out some extra storage just as I think this is going to become a problem. We could start trading a lot of this away. I don't have rare metals, admittedly. I do need to start getting that, but everything else is completely fine. The only thing I'm having some trouble with is metals, and even then, I'm technically producing enough. It's just a little bit tricky. But once you get all the water taken care of, well, then I actually am completely taken care of, right? Like, we've officially reached, I think, complete and total self-sufficiency. You know what? No, maybe we don't make this the last episode. Maybe we do one more. All right, I'm gonna add in a new challenge here. When I say that I wanna be completely self-reliant and I wanna have safe, stable population, it's not enough just to be producing all the resources we need to survive, though that is obviously very important and very good for me. I'm gonna say that we also want to be able to get rid of pretty much all of the negative events in the game. I'm talking the cold waves, gone. We gotta get ourselves up to 50% temperature. The dust storms, gotta get rid of those too. Meteors, gotta get rid of those. For that, of course, we're gonna need some atmosphere, we're gonna need some water, and so on. So that's actually gonna be one last terraforming goal. I will make that the next thing that we need to do in this series, but I'm not gonna do it this video because terraforming takes a very, 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 very long time. Thank you all very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. If so, then I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time.